Morning. Happy Monday. So I'm going to be reading two more chapters of um, Ghost Don't Eat Potato Chips. So in the last chapter, we met our two new characters. We met Melody and Liza. And right before I finished up in the last chapter, they were at Aunt Matilda's house and they heard thumping coming from upstairs. And they also heard a high pitched whistle. So they're kind of freaked out right now. So we're going to read two chapters today. So, chapter 5. Did you hear that? Liza asked as they burst into the bedroom. Aunt Matilda was busy shuffling a deck of cards like a professional card shark. Hear what? She asked. It sounds like someone's in the attic, Melody told her. We heard footsteps and whistling. Aunt Matilda shrugged. There's always creaks in an old house like this. But this afternoon I saw a face in the attic window, Howie said. Maybe we should take a look around upstairs, just to be sure. Humph! Nobody's going up in that attic, Aunt Matilda said firmly. Jasper was the only one who ever went up there. It's been 3 years since he died, and that creaky floor is probably not safe anymore. Are you sure it isn't just old floorboards? Liza asked. Of course, Aunt Matilda snapped. Now I've had enough of your silly talk. I want to play cards. The four kids looked at each other and shrugged. If Aunt Matilda wasn't worried, maybe they shouldn't be either. Liza clapped her hands. Oh, I just love to play Go Fish. Fish? Aunt Matilda bellowed. I was thinking more about poker. Now you're talking, Eddie smiled. The kids stared because Aunt Matilda dealt the cards with the speed of a machine gun. It wasn't long before the five of them were playing blackjack and three-card monte. How did an old lady like you learn to be such a good poker player? Melody asked. So here they are, playing poker on her bed. Oops, there we go. After Aunt Matilda had won another game. That's one good thing about being old. I know a lot more than little snots like you, Aunt Matilda laughed. Liza giggled along with her. Eddie even laughed as he grabbed the cards to deal a new game. Howie sniffed the air. Do you smell something funny? The casserole, Melody gasped. You're burning down my house, Aunt Matilda screamed as the kids rushed out the room. The kitchen was filled with so much smoke that none of the kids noticed a dark shadow by the refrigerator. Turn off the oven, Eddie hollered, grabbing a pot holder. Melody reached for the dial and froze. It is off. Right, this burned all by itself, Eddie snapped, opening the oven door. Black smoke billowed out and Liza coughed. Eddie dropped the crispy casserole into the kitchen sink. Oh no, Melody choked when she saw the black mess. There's no way your Aunt Matilda will eat this, Howie said, holding his nose. Liza took an old dish towel and started fanning the smoke. We can't let her starve to death. Aunt Matilda screamed from the top of the stairs. What are you ruffians trying to do? Cook me alive? Eddie looked at Liza. Maybe we should let her starve. I like your aunt. After all, she did teach us how to play poker, Melody said. We've got to tell her what happened, Howie said. Tell me what? Aunt Matilda snapped as she shuffled into the kitchen. Liza reached out for Aunt Matilda's arm. You shouldn't be out of bed. I couldn't let you barbecue me, Aunt Matilda coughed. I suppose you've ruined my dinner, she said. Well, Eddie stammered, it did get a little well done. Smells to me like it burned to kingdom come, Aunt Matilda wheezed as she pulled an ancient black coin purse from her robe pocket. Eddie, you'll have to clean this up and open the windows to let all the smoke out. The rest of you can get me my supper. I guess I'll have to pay for it. You kids must think I'm made of money. Aunt Matilda dug into the coin purse with her long, bony fingers. Slowly she pulled out several crumpled bills. I'd better give you money to buy something. If I don't, you'll eat mine before you get back. And then here's a picture of them pulling the casserole dish out of the oven. And you can see a dark figure in the shadows. We wouldn't do that, Eliza insisted. Humph, Aunt Matilda snorted. Make sure you don't. Hurry to that fast food joint around the corner. You mean Burger Doodle? Melody asked. Aunt Matilda nodded. That's the one. Jasper loved their double onion doodle burgers and those garlic chips. Pick me up some and get something for yourselves. We'll be glad to get your dinner, Liza said, but you better get back to bed before you start coughing again. Humph, Aunt Matilda said as she left the room. Just don't take all day to do it. Eddie walked with his friends to the front door. Will you clean up the kitchen for me? Eddie said to Melody. She's your aunt, Melody smiled as she opened the door. You clean it up. But we'll bring you back a doodle gum shake. Bring me 3, Eddie ordered. Quit being so greedy, Liza told him. Well, make it fast or she'll have us running errands all night. She's not that bad, Liza said. My aunt is as rotten as those double onion doodle burgers, Eddie said. Aunt Matilda and Uncle Jasper are the only people I've ever known who actually ate them. Melody giggled. But those doodle gum shakes are the best in town. And I like the garlic chips, Howie yelled as he started running. Last one there is a slimy doodle burger. Eddie watched his friends race down the street. He closed the door and went back to the kitchen. When he got there, the casserole dish was already sparkling clean, and the windows were wide open. Creepy. All right, so that chapter was really long, and the next chapter is really long. So I'm going to pause here, and then I'm going to post chapter 6 in a few minutes. All right, so stay tuned.